Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we are entering the land of content creation, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on Anon accounts. Anon is short for anonymous accounts, and these are accounts that don't show their face. They have a very polarized response. Now, if you think about it, we know a lot of Anon accounts. I mean, think about Taco Bell. This is what I call an Anon account because we don't really know what the founder or the CEO of Taco Bell looks like, nor do we care. Why don't we care? We don't care because this is a food brand. The only time that we really care about an account being Anon is if they're giving opinions. If they're giving opinions and we have no clue what they look like, we start to get our skeptical brain activated. We're like, wait a minute, man. How do we know that you're walking it and talking it? Maybe you're just talking it. You see? So this is why nowadays there's this somewhat of a backlash against Anon accounts. And I have a very unique perspective on this. The reason why is because currently with ArmaniTalks, I show my face. But in the past, I did have this one account where I was Anon. I'm not going to drop any insights on what this account was, but the basic gist was that it was a fitness account. More specifically, it was a fitness account for extreme sports. So I was over here creating this hub of people that all like these extreme sports. I had an okay following on the Instagram page. And what I would do was I would hit up different creators. I'm like, hey, is it cool if I feature you on my page? These creators were somewhat small. So they're like, yeah, I mean, more exposure for me. And for me, I'm thinking more content for me. So it was a synergistic relationship. Soon, what happened was there were different people who were following individual creators, but they were like, why not just come to this guy's page and get all these individual creators consolidated on one page? So that's what they were starting to do. Eventually, what happened was I started to hashtag my brand's name. So hypothetically, let's say my brand's name was FitnessX. So after the video was done, I would just put hashtag FitnessX in the description. And I kept doing this for some time. Mind you, no one had a clue what my face looked like. I just had this one brand name of FitnessX, and that was it. As more time passed on by, one day, what I saw was there was this guy that was in the middle of nowhere. It kind of looked like a farm. And him and his son were working out. They were doing pull-ups, they were doing push-ups, they were jogging. And then in the description, they said, this particular page, FitnessX, has motivated me to start getting in shape. And then he put hashtag FitnessX. I thought, wow, this is so cool. I mean, here I am just posting content, and now this guy in the middle of nowhere is working out with him and his son. You know what? I'm going to feature this guy on my page. And that's what I did. And once I did that, what happened was different people started to hit up FitnessX's page and is like, hey, bro, I did this particular workout. Can you feature me on your page? I'm like, whoa, there's actually some demand for this. So how about every Monday or something, or Sunday shout out, I'll feature one of my followers on the page. And that's what I did. And I felt good sparking this little movement where different people were taking their physiques seriously again. And what really motivated them was that hashtag. They wanted to eventually be on that page as well. And I liked that feeling a lot. I liked it a lot, but I'm like, man, when's your boy gonna get some credit? Because no one had a clue what I looked like. And that's one thing that I realized with anonymous accounts, where a lot of people are completely fine being anonymous, there's other groups of people that every now and then, when their ideas are sparking change in others, they kind of want to have some credit for it. It's their version of ownership. So that's one thing that I realized with anonymous accounts, where every now and then that desire to be known is there. So that's one of the, I would say, the downsides of being an anonymous account. The upside, though, is your anonymity, and that's always been a difficult word to pronounce. That is a form of wealth in today's world, where if you are someone that's capable of building a big following without showing your face and all that, I think that's a good sign. I don't think you should be worried so much about not getting credit, because the thing that you'll realize is that one of the best followings to have are from people that don't really know you. They're strangers. They just know like your ideas, and that's it. The most annoying types of followers to get are the people who actually know you. Maybe your brother, your fraternity, your like childhood best friends or whatever, because they know you a little too much and they read a little too much into your ideas and you when you're not creating content. They're going to be like, hey dude, I saw your blog recently. Is everything good? And you're like, what do you mean? Well, you were talking about a very dark moment from your life. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that everything's good. Like, all right, dude, like, something about this feels weird. It seems like you're reading my mind. I don't care if people I don't know read my mind, but I know you, man. Can you stop, please, reading my blog? It's like, nah, man, I'm a big fan. And suddenly, in the future, something about it, like when you're about to create one of those very dark blogs, you're thinking if someone is going to ask you about it, and there's that hesitancy. Other times, what's going to happen is you create some sort of idea, and someone that you know, let's say a respected figure, let's say your grandpa is recently watching YouTube videos, he hears what you said, and he starts scolding you. He's like, how could you say something like that? This is something that you honestly felt. But now it's like you have to explain yourself to your grandpa, and he's like, I don't ever want you to say that again. You're like, with all due respect, grandpa, I mean, you don't really have much say over this because this is my business. This is my content, not yours. You could create content if you want. I don't even know if you know how to use a camera, but you can if you want. But leave me alone with this. But now there's like, he's your grandpa. Of course he's going to make some comments. And now the lines are being blurred. So I think the downside of being anonymous is that every now and then we do want approval for our work. But the upside is that when you are anonymous, you can honestly be as free as you possibly can. You never have to worry about, will my kids see this? Will my family see this? Will X person see this? If the account becomes very big, can I ever like just go to the restaurant and eat without being harassed? You don't really have to think about stuff like that. So I think with life, there's always going to be pros and cons. And with anonymous accounts, it's no different. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with anonymous accounts that share opinions. I believe if your ideas are inspiring others, go on and do you, homie. So if you enjoyed today's talk, be sure to drop that like for me right on below. Stay subscribed to the channel, hit that bell notification. I drop new content every single day on how to improve your communication skills. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.